You've been carrying more than anyone knows. The assignment didn't stop, even when your strength did. You kept showing up because the mission mattered. But heaven never asked you to do it numb. This isn't correction, it's invitation. An invitation to heal before you continue. You kept leading wounded because people still needed what you carried. You never complained, you just adapted. But the weight of the call was never meant to rest on unhealed shoulders. Heaven saw the exhaustion that you renamed as obedience and called it love. Your body learned to lead by adrenaline. Calm felt foreign, but regulated peace isn't luxury. It's leadership stewardship. When your nervous system settles, revelation becomes clearer. What's coming requires regulated peace, not hidden pain. This is the alignment before the assignment. Heaven is realigning you from survival leadership to sustainable authority. The next mantle will not demand striving. It will rest easily because healing reshaped your posture. You've been faithful as a leader. Now, heaven is calling you to remember you're still a daughter. On November 17th, 12 women will gather for restoration. Faith-anchored, neuroscience-guided. It's where your body, mind, and calling finally agree. Where women who lead remember they are still daughters. Daughters of the King. So you don't need another strategy. You need space to breathe again. Restoration begins November 17th. Join us. greatnessvalleylifestyle.com/resources. We're hoping to see you there. Now take a breath. Where have you been leading from pain? I'd like you to pause and think about that. Where have you been leading from pain? If this message reached you today, maybe it's because heaven's been whispering rest into your leadership. The same God who called you still covers you. And He's not asking for performance. He's asking for presence. So take another breath right here. Feel that? That's peace making room again. So you don't have to rush healing to stay effective. Healing is the preparation. Now think for a moment, what would healing look like in leadership for you? I'll repeat, what would healing look like in leadership for you? Just pause for a moment and think about that. Let me pray with you and for you. Our Father in heaven, we thank you so very much for every woman who's poured out until she's empty. Teach her to receive again. Let your peace flood the places where pressure once lived. Restore her rhythm of grace in her body, mind, and spirit. Remind her, Lord, that she's not forgotten, that you see her. She's still your daughter, and you're not finished with her story. Father, I ask that you will empower her, strengthen her with your divine capacity. Be her shield. Protect her from danger that is seen and danger that is unseen. Let no weapon that has been formed against her be able to prosper. You've promised in your word that this is the inheritance of your children. And so we ask that you will continue to keep her close and hold her up in the areas where she may be feeling weak. We thank you today for all that you've done in her life and all that you will continue to do in and through her for the glory of your name and the blessing of humanity. In Jesus' name, amen. Now, where do you most need rest before you rise again? Please just pause for a moment and think about that. Where do you most need rest before you rise again? On November 17th, a small circle of women, 12 women, will gather for restoration, faith-anchored and neuroscience-guided. It's where your body, mind, and calling finally agree, where women who lead remember that they're still daughters of God. If this spoke to you, it's your confirmation. So visit greatnessvalleylifestyle.com/resources and click Restoration for Women Who Lead. Remember, heaven is still calling generals, but this time is for your healing.